Try the rest. Spacer's choice. Let's see, is there anything else over in that's not a door? Let's go into Edgewater and see what's up. There's a June Maynard, thank you for the resub, says Dan Love. Dan Reed, Dan Love. Appreciate that. Hello.
They start asking you for some medicine, come tell me. I'll set them straight. Keep your distance, friend.
Resident, that means you don't have a quest for me. Barber shop. This guy owes the guy It looks like blood on the ground. Hello.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Wait, what? Prepare my remains for what?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
The barber does that? Speaking of burials, Silas sent me to collect your fees.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Where did you get the hair product then, sir? That's some quality drama, Conrad. You should audition.
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Hang on, medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Is there something in here that I could... You have 36... You have a bunch of bits in the drawers, sir. Hi. Conrad. Receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's gonna have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer Choice property. Eugene was an asset. Someone has to pay his body price. This is gonna ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth, heirlooms passed down from his family or something. Processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry him out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet. Use the bits to pay his body price, and no one's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write fact. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Phyllis G. Okay. Oops. Nope, I guess I stole something on accident. Oh well. My bad. Assault rifle, huh? Mm-hmm. I love how I shut the door and he didn't even try to come in after me. Mm-hmm. Hi there.
What can I do for you?
Sound like you've had some training. I know a thing or two about medicine.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing you were trained at only if you use the term doctor loosely.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon. And if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
58%, not bad. That's better than less than that. I'm looking to repair my ship.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
Your vicar?
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
You don't seem to like him much.
He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
I've got some questions for you.
Go ahead.
What do you know about this plague?
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
So, what are the symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
Why don't you treat all your workers?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Whose idea was that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about this place.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
Sounds exhausting.
As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work.
That's all for now. Yeah, we're starting a brand new playthrough. And thank you, Born the One, for gifting Talons a gift sub. It's a metaphor for health insurance, pretty much. Yeah.
What can I do for
There's a
you?
lot of slams on capitalism in this game. Obviously, being everything owned by corporations. I know about Eugene. Why don't you use his teeth as collateral for your gravesite fees?
You know about Eugene? How?
I found a note from Phyllis.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
They were probably worth a few bits.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
You most certainly can. You're gonna have to.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Thank you. Goodbye. Check. One problem solved. And my story as a hero continues. Well, let's see. If anyone's gonna have quest in a game like this, an RPG, it's gonna be
Only
the
part that said we
bartender.
ain't making our quotas.
Hello.
I don't know you.
You just stood up real fast. Alex Hawthorne, the captain of the Unreliable.
Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
Something going on here that I should know about?
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters.
Now, do you mean people that have abandoned you or people that like to eat dessert? What's this about deserters?
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
Can I give you an IOU for a Prime Gaming sub? Here at DansGaming, we do not accept IOUs. By the contract you signed to work for our company, you will pay your monthly sub every month for the rest of your life, or we'll start having to take bodily parts as payment. So please have your sub paid on time every month. Thank you for being a valued employee of DansGaming. I want to talk to Reed. Where can I find him?
Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down.
I don't want anyone undressing me again. Say it like it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that.
Something else I wanted to ask you.
Go ahead.
So what's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Ma'am, I have persuasion skill. You have to tell me.
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself.
I never used disabused in a proper sentence before I need to. Thank you, Droneland, Stevio, and Tizjiz for the resubs. Droneland saying, "Sir, yes, sir, boss man, sir." And then Stevario says, "Not my body parts." I know. So you had a dream of being a scientist? What happened?
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G?
Asking questions is the foundation of science. The best scientists ask too many.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful.
Sounds like Spacer's Choice took care of you.
They did. They gave me a life, gave me a purpose. This is where I belong.
You've been scrubbing dishes all your life?
What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless guess you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
They do have very good dental care. Their teeth are
Not so
perfect.
fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
That right? Prove it.
All right. I'm an alien spirit of pure aether, inhabiting a human body to learn about your kind.
Oof. You knocked your head in the cannery, didn't you? Injuries come out of everyone's pay. Says so right there in your contract. So, you want to tell me what your story really is?
A crazy scientist stranded me on this planet with no way out other than a broken down ship.
Sounds as if you've been keeping questionable company. Or spinning a tale? You're right. I don't believe you. I'd advise you to keep that story unsaid. Don't want people thinking you're a loon.
It's too late for that, ma'am. What if I told you I just got shot into space by a crazy scientist?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
You tell me if I buy 3 drinks, you're forced to laugh at all my puns? I wish it was a joke. Honestly, I don't even know where I am.
Most folk forget where they're standing after a few drinks. Seems to me you've got a head start. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
Almost it sounds like you're afraid to go outside.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk.
People always talk.
Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
I imagine you want to get out of the town with the plague and all.
Keep it down, will you? We don't talk about the PLAYGE. Not here. And if you're smart, you won't mention it anywhere. I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
That's not how you spell plague, ma'am. I should go.